if you think about the topic of happiness, it's so fascinating because from my observation, we don't really talk about happiness. We really don't. We talk about pleasure a lot. We talk about fun. We talk about success. But we don't talk about deep, meaningful happiness. And I think it's fascinating because it's one of the four great longings of the human being. We long for happiness. We long for love. We long for longevity or even immortality. We long for knowledge. And each one of us we long for some more than others. But happiness, if I ask a room full of people, raise your hand if you don't want to be happy, no one's going to raise their hand. But when was the last time you had a conversation with someone you love about what gives you the most meaning in life? What's the deepest level of happiness? Not just pleasure. We talk about those things. But if you notice, people will actually give up a certain amount of pleasure to get meaning. For example, people will work for a cause or a charity, receive no money, pay for their own flight to go somewhere, eat bad food, sleep on a bad mattress to help people. So we give up pleasure for meaning. So meaning is, I would say, the deepest level of happiness. And this is one of the things we need to start talking about, thinking about, writing about. So we're clear. We're going through our life saying we want happiness. But if someone says, well, what is that? We look back at them and say, I'm not sure. We're a bit lost. And we're probably not going to achieve it unless by accident. But if you find what does make you happy at the most meaningful level and move toward that, you're very likely to achieve it.